Spirituality is just another religious construct. And to be honest, I don't believe that you can teach source, that you can teach it. I believe that I feel that it is only something that you can know and truly understand by feeling. And you feel it because you are it. It is being it. But I don't feel like source is something that you can teach and that you can put into words. This is the age of spiritualness. You know, I really think that it just is conditioning. And we are all delusional, and it is just another form of religion. But in our minds, it is a better alternative and a more freeing alternative. But at the end of the day, it is still another construct that we are conditioned to. Because when I was young, and what I felt I was, what source was, what God was, I couldn't put that into words. It was something that I felt, and it was more of a knowing. But it was never something that I could put into words. And people started telling me about spiritual beliefs and ideas and concepts, and I believed them because in a way I felt like they were true, and they are true. But there was still something that felt wrong about it. And the thing is that the words that they were saying, I felt, but I didn't understand. You know, a part of what they were saying, I felt that was source, but at the same time, I didn't understand. You know, we talk about how we choose our experience and we choose our existence. But why do we choose that? You know, I am scared to ask more questions because I know deep down it is just another form, just another system. You know, I choose to believe it, but I don't really understand it. I know that we choose our lives and we choose our choices and our lessons and our experiences, but I don't know why we choose it. And, you know, morally it doesn't feel correct that I am spreading all these informations, that we are spreading all these ideas and these knowledge about something that we don't fully understand. I don't fully understand. And the thing is that I take what others have told me and I share it, because in a way I feel it is true, but I don't understand it. And I feel it is wrong because it is something that can't be shared through knowledge or through words or something that can be taught. It can only be 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 felt and experienced directly, not indirectly. And part of me feels safe believing in some form of religion or construct or system, because having that foundation around you and that structure makes me feel safe. But I really do think this whole new age concept of spirituality is just another version of religion. But it is the more glamorized, more free, more it is just the more new glamorized version. We are still told things and we believe them. Spirituality is conditioned. I really do think a part of it is conditioning. Because if I grew up in a world where there was no spirituality, where we were not told our truths, but instead we felt it, and actually in ourselves experienced it, I would still believe what I believe, but it would not be in words or knowledge. It will be emotion. It would be something that you would feel, that you would just simply know. But there is something that is not quite right about it. And, if I really ask myself, who am I? What am I? If I sit still with myself and ask myself that, I feel still. I feel quiet. I don't feel love. I don't feel hatred. To be honest, I don't really feel anything. I feel neutral. And I just feel still. And to be honest, it is something that I can't explain. It is something I can't express in words. I really do believe that all of this is not something that we can tell people or indirectly make them feel it or show it to them. It is only something we can feel, that we can know internally. Everything that we know, that we believe, is taught to us. Everything. Very, very rarely are we actually the way makers, the way finders that actually create new things. Everything is taught. And a lot of us are spiritual because we are taught to be. We are taught to be. It is just another version of religion. We grow up with our parents teaching us these beliefs and these ideas, and we don't question them. We feel safe in them. We feel safe in the systems. And I believe in it. I really do believe in it. But there really is this part of me that always questions, that always asks why, always wants to find the truth in everything. And to be honest, I haven't been my truest self in my beliefs, because there is an aspect of myself that asks questions and doesn't understand them, where what I believe spiritually does not make sense. And I really do think that some of the things that I believe were told to me, were taught. I am not any different from a Christian or any other person who follows any other religion. We always say how delusional Christians are, and we always bash other religions and other beliefs, but we really aren't that different. My beliefs that I believe in, the truest beliefs that I feel like are the most authentic, are the ones that I feel that I can't explain. And it is just the unknown, and it is the stillness, and it is the nothingness, and it is the neutral feeling that I get. That is it. That is everything. That is all. Everything. All that is. We are just in another phase of this new religion. Spirituality isn't even its own thing. It is a mixture of so many different cultures and so many different aspects. And it does seem like the better, it does seem like the better alternative. It seems like the higher alternative and the better version. But that is just another aspect of ego, thinking that your experience is the better one, that your experience is the more morally right. And we forever have struggled with people thinking that their beliefs are better or are right and yours is wrong, and they are more better or higher people than you. Spiritual people have that as well. Spiritual communities have that as well. It is just another version of spiritual ego. I don't think there is any right. I think we are all wrong. We all have it wrong. We don't know it because we feel the need to put it into words. Because we know. We know that it is the most simplest, most neutral nothingness that all is. But we cannot accept that being everything of who we are and what we are. We have to complicate it. I really do think that this is all just another system that we have put ourselves in. Another version of the Matrix. I don't think we know anything. I don't think any of us are right. Because it really is nothing. What we search for is nothing, it is stillness. There are some spiritual beliefs that I resonate with. I really do resonate with. But there are other aspects of Christianity that I too resonate with. And Hinduism and paganism and all these other religions. Every religion has a right and has a wrong. All different perspectives. It makes me really question if people would still be spiritual if spiritualism wasn't trending, if it wasn't popular, if it wasn't the new world's newfound rebirth of religion. Because I'm telling you, most people wouldn't. Most people wouldn't be spiritual. Most people wouldn't believe what they believe or be who they are. I don't think we really have much choice, to be honest, in who we are and what we believe. Except for that feeling that cannot be put into words or ever expressed, that we know deep down is everything. That is source. We are built for what we know. We are built for our world. And I just think this is another aspect of we are what is in our world. We are in a spiritual world, and so we are that. But I don't think that is, for a lot of us, is our true authentic self. Neither is Christianity, or Islam, or Hinduism, or anything. The only thing that really feels right is nothing. And I know I can't explain that, and I know that is triggering, because how can it be nothing? How can it be? And that is exactly why we are in these systems and in these religions, because what is actually truth we cannot process. We have to complicate it. Being spiritual really makes me feel safe. Having beliefs in general makes me feel safe. Having a system or a definition makes me feel safe. And it is wrong. It's not what is. It is just another perspective of a delusion that we've put ourselves in. Source is nothing. And we are taught to question even that. We are made to question. Because that is the world that we are in. Even that is pre-made for us. I think we focus so much on adding definitions to things that we completely miss being it. We truly are nothing. And that's triggering. So we create these worlds and these illusions to feel safe. We have not evolved. We have not become enlightened. We are still in another construct of religion and in a system and in a matrix.